And finally, now this video is going to go over factoring day one, the last set of questions, which were factoring simple trinomials. So there's a couple of ways that you could have factored these. We use the diamond method or the ACB method. So here we know that A is 1, B is 9, and C is 20. So 1 times 20 is 20, and then 9 would go here. And remember that in order for you to be able to fill in this diamond method, we need to figure out two terms that when you multiply, give you a 20, but when you add them, they give you 9. So the two terms that multiply and give you 20, but add up to 9 would be 5 times 4. And then from here, you learn that these terms were our factors. And all we had to do now is put them inside of our parentheses. So positive 5 and positive 4. And those were your answers. Okay. For problem number 2, same thing. So we draw our diamond or our ACB method. So 1, this is an invisible negative 1. So 1 times negative 30 is negative 30. And then a negative 1 goes down here because that's the B term. So two numbers that multiply and give you a 30, but we'll add or subtract to negative 1 would be 5 times 6. So we know 5 times 6 is 30. And since we want to multiply this to get negative 30, but we want to subtract or add them to give us negative 1, we know that the big number has to be the negative so that we can have negative 1 left over. Once we have this, we can straight get our factors from this point here. So x, this is going to be a plus 5, and this is going to be a minus 6. And that's your factored form. For this last one here, 24 goes up here, negative 10 goes down here. What two numbers multiply that gave you 24 but will add up to a 10? You know that 6 times 4 is 24. And now you want these to add up to a negative 10, so then you need to make them both negative because negative 6 plus negative 4 equals to negative 10. And once you do that, you have your factors. So x minus 6 and x minus 4 would be your factored form. The last question is the most trickiest, but we wrote down a hint. Always look for a GCI first. So you should have noticed that in all of these terms, there's a greatest common factor. You break down a 2 with 2 times 1. You break down a 12 with 2 times 6. And then you break down a 16 with 2 times 8. Here you have 3 x's, 1, 2, 3. Here you have 2 x's, 1, 2. And here you only have 1 x. So what term is in common in all of the terms? 2 and 1x is in common. So your greatest common factor for this one would be a 2x. And now you're left with a 2x parentheses, all the leftover terms. So in the first one, you have an x squared plus the second term is a 6x. And then the last term is a positive 8. Now, here they want us to factor the trinomial as well. So then we need to figure out using a diamond. So 8 goes here, 6 goes here. What two numbers multiply and give you 8 but will add up to a 6? That's 4 times 2. So then we're left with 2x parentheses for our factor form. Since these terms give us multiplied 8 add up to 6, this would be x plus 4, and this would be x plus 2. And that is your final factored form. Here we had to take out a GCF, and then we had to factor using the diamond. If you have any questions, email your teachers. If not, you're good to go. Have a good day, everyone. Take care.